Hey chickies, okay, today we're doing a thermal mermaid mani. I really hope you like it. Let's get into it. So after my base coat of OPI's Nail Envy Bubble Bath, I'm going to be adding about 4 coats of Bow Polish's Rainbow, which is a hollow polish, probably really meant as a top coat, but I decided to layer it up and give myself a lovely, gorgeous hollow base for the mermaid. So pretty, yum, it's gorgeous. I could eat it. Not, obviously. I do not recommend people eating polish. Definitely not. So as you can see, it definitely needs more than 1 to 2 coats. 3 to 4 is probably your best bet, but it's very thin polish and the glitters in it are very they're tiny, tiny, so they don't create like a rough surface or anything like that. It's still very smooth on the nail. Now it's time for a little bit of cleanup, even though I didn't make too much of a mess, but I have to say at this point how fabulous you all were and how willing you all were to have a joke with me on the previous video in the nail cleanup porn section, where I found some probably extremely inappropriate sexy music to go along with that footage. I also want to say a special sorry to Ashley Simmons, who was in the room with her grandmother when she was watching that, and her grandmother made her leave the room. I'm very sorry, Ashley, that was not my intention. I probably should have put a little disclaimer at the beginning saying please watch this in private or with your earphones in, because it was pretty full on. I'm sorry if anybody was offended. It certainly wasn't meant to cause offense. It was just I wanted to, you know, find some extremely sexy music to go along with it for my first one. So there you go. I'm going to tone down. I'm still going to do some sexy music, but it's going to be a little more toned down with no moaning, because that was probably a bit much. But thank you all for being such good sports, because it was kind of funny. Okay, so the next step is to add a coat of Seche Vite on all of my nails. I'm doing that because I'm about to use some nail vinyls. These ones are from Angeline. Don't forget, all the details about everything I use will be in the description box down below, as per usual. Now these are the vinyls that I mentioned. They're from Angeline, and I'm going to be using 2 different sizes of mermaid vinyls. One's a sort of larger one, and then there's a smaller one. So they're the 2 different sizes, a large and a small. These are great vinyls, by the way. I really love them. I buy them off her when they're on special because I'm a cheapskate. Just a little bit. But they are one of the best vinyls I've ever used. In particular, her mermaid vinyls are my favourite. So as I've done on numerous occasions with nail vinyls, when they have a definite border around the outside, I do like to cut the border away somewhat. Sometimes I do the whole thing and sometimes I just do one side. It just makes it easier to, well, it makes it easier to mold it to your nail. Now I'm going to be using the squishy effect as well, and I also, we all know that that's going to cause a lot of mess, so I'm going to be using Bow Polish's Skin Protect liquid latex to protect the skin around my nails, although I kind of wish I had put it on before I put the vinyl on, because I think it would have protected the skin around my nails a little better. Anyway, doesn't matter, it's not a big deal. So I'm using my Nails gigantic squishy stamper thing, and I'm going to be following exactly the same process as I did with my previous thermal mani, and in which case I'm just going to put the polish on the stamper and then squish it onto my nail. Now I'm just using the pink, the blue, the violet and the green for this one, so just 4 colours, not all of the both thermal polishes that I have, which is what I used in my previous video. So once you've done your squish, and sometimes you don't only have to do it once, but sometimes you have to do it a few more times, you want to take that nail you want to take the nail vinyl off straight away before the polish starts to dry. Also, you know, at some point take that liquid latex product off as well. And do a nice bit of cleanup. Oh, are we having some more sexy music coming up? I don't think so. I lied. Here's some more sexy music. I just think it's funny. You have to be able to take a joke. You really do. Here you go. Okay, so once your cleanup is complete, you can then add your top coat. Of course, I'm using Seche Vite as per usual, and then we're going to go ahead and repeat the process on the middle nail. And now it's time to have a little play with the thermal properties of this polish. I just love it so much. It's so much fun just to sit here and dipping my nails in the water and then taking them out, drying them and putting them back in again. Do you know what it actually reminds me of? The mood rings that we used to buy a long time ago. I don't know if they've been out for a while, but they used to say that it changed with your mood. But I think we all know now that it changes with the temperature of your body, not not your mood. Or you could just say that your nails can now reflect your mood. And that's it for this one. I really hope you liked it. I loved wearing it. I think I wore it for 2 days in the end. It was so much fun just to watch the colours change all the time. It was just fabulous. I really hope you guys get a hold of some of these thermal polishes. They're just brilliant. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, chickies. Oh, and thank you for subscribing. And thank you for that delicious thumbs up. Oh, and don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I post sneak peeks of manis coming up on Snapchat.